Hello, everybody. I'm just checking to see how things are going here. We'll wait a few minutes to see who can who's going to go join us. For some reason, I can't get chat to work on my tablet, so which is fine. Um, I think I have to sign in here though. So I'm going to quick sign in on my phone. Let's see if that works. All right, I don't want to be muted. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Are you able, I don't know if you're able to chat. It's not telling me I can chat again here tonight, even though I said allowed chat. I think I'm gonna quick disconnect and reconnect, okay? Give me 1 minute and we'll get started again. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Top chat, live chat. Okay, there's some chat options. Hopefully, I may not get to see you. I apologize if I don't answer it right away. I'm trying to get it to come up. Let's get you back here in my camera base here. Hi, Donna. How are you? I am trying to get in to see chat on my little tablet here, and not sure why it's not letting me. The only thing I can think of is that it just doesn't like me anymore. So I'm trying. How are you this evening? Oh, I am sorry you're not feeling good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually filling in for Gina. She wasn't feeling well tonight, so we're going to trade. And I think there's been a few things going around, so I might have to do some crafting standing up today so that I can see the chat here, see what's going on. So, hi, Shannon. How are you? All right. I pulled a few things out of my stash to use up. But I thought first what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the, sorry, it's hard to see here, the Baked Fresh stamp set from the Inspiration Box. And I got kind of got to go a little rogue here, and I experimented with something real quick and I liked how it turned out. So hopefully we'll come up with a card. So I've got that. We're going to use this stamp set here, and I think this sentiment. I have the stencil, the striped stencil that I'm going to use. This is a piece of aqua pigment paper that I've had sitting in my stash for a couple weeks here. And I thought we'd maybe use that. And then I pulled out some dies from the Simply Sweet cutting die and the Easiest Pie cutting die. And we're just going to see what comes up. So, all right. So, sorry for my last live. I guess for some reason, chat was turned off. So I had to change all that. I'm going to start with some Perfect Blend paper and this pie piece, or this pie piece. And I kind of found something out by accident. So let's stamp that with some Raven Detail ink. We're going to stamp a couple of them. I did have one pre-done and drying so that we could see if it would work for us. And hopefully it'll be dry in time. Otherwise I might have to hit it with the heat tool. And we're going to stamp two of these real quick. I kind of laughed when I saw this idea and figured out how to do it. So make my screen here a little bigger so I see what's going on. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I think I have my earbuds in backwards. I started investigating into an actual microphone for my phone that I can plug in, but I want a wireless one. So that way I don't have to worry about a cord falling down. All right, so I've got two of the pizza pies. Well, I just gave it, we're going to make pizza out of this. So I got two of them done, and I've got some Copic markers here. I just pulled a few, and I got the Y00 I'm going to use for a cheese, And I got the E53 and E31 for the crust, and E27, so red tomato paste, and then N3 for the 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 pan it's going to be sitting on. So I'm not really going super crazy. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit while I color. With the coloring, because cheese isn't white, but it's also not really yellow. So I thought I'd just kind of color it up here a little bit. And I want to get this done first so I can sit and dry in case it dries while we're doing the other stuff, so we can use maybe more than one piece here. So, and then next I took the E53 and I'm going to color this on. So like I know last Thursday when I was live, I didn't have the chat enabled and stuff. So if you weren't here, I didn't know, I'm not sure, but Tom and I got a puppy on Thursday night last week, and he is actually under my desk asleep. So we'll see if he stays there. If you hear me kind of yipe, that means he woke up and decided mommy's feet were chew toys. So he's a little Texas Healer Rat Terrier mix, and he is a character already. He's doing real good. Mommy's been taking him for a walk after work, and then he's kind of actually already learning as we walk up just a block. We walk up a block and a half, and we walk another block south, and then we cross the street, and then we get up on the river, and then we run, and we basically run home. So he's been tuckering the both of us out, and he is fast. He runs faster than I wanted to run, so it's been kind of fun. So we'll see if that works for us. So, but other than that, life has been pretty uneventful around here. My oldest child turned 25 on Sunday, and she lives far away, so I got to chat with her, and that's really although that's it. Just turned cold. We finally had a hard frost. I'm loving the cold weather. So for the pizza pie or the sauce, I just kind of did it really me, and then I just went back through, and I just kind of grabbed the yellow and went through it again just to kind of mush it up a little bit because it's not really going to hurt my marker. But I thought it will blend it out because this has a lot of colorless blender in it because it's so light, and it will kind of do that. Okay, so next, before we do the next thing, I discovered by accident, I have the Circle Foundation dies that I don't know if they're still available. Oh, here, let me go back out here, zoom back out. But I found, you just go through your foundation dies, or your circle dies and find one, and I found this one fits perfectly with this. I don't have the die set yet, so, and this is just a round circle, so I thought, I wonder if one would work, and I thought, perfect. It doesn't really leave too much of a border. So we're going to quick cut that out because we need them to be, need it to be before. I can't cut it out when it's wet because we're going to put some pepperonis on this pizza pie. And I didn't care if it cut out perfectly because it's since this die just about fits, I figured sometimes your pizza isn't centered on your pan, right? I didn't get to see all of that, so I apologize. I know you asked about Darren and you answered, but it went by kind of fast for me here. So, yeah, I hope he is feeling better. It's been kind of a crazy thing out there, I think. So I just want everyone to be healthy and happy. Okay, so what I decided to do, first we need to color our tray. So I'm just quickly going around the edges with, this is N3. I think you could use a C marker or a T marker too, Probably not the W's because they're more that warm. You know, metal is kind of colder. So I don't know if the W's, but you could use any gray marker you have, or you could make it a plate and make it fun. If it's you use fun colored plates at your house, this pizza could just be on a nice big serving plate that's fun colors. And the marker's kind of getting dry, so I'm trying to just color it real fast, but didn't really care if I did a lot of shading because there's a lot of this is going to get covered up. And we'll just do that quick. And then what I did do is I quickly went around the edges here. Actually, it is drying up just enough. I need to re-ink this one. I'm going to grab my C3 here quick because I don't really want anything darker. And I'm just going around the edges on this, out in the back of this, because then it helps with the illusion that it's silver. And we'll do that quick. And then we're going to get our pepperonis made. So how I came up with this is I just grabbed a bunch of the more recent, the October and more recent stamps and stencils and dies, and I just kind of started looking at them and decided what I was going to do with them. So what I did is I got the circle stencil that just came out. I'm not going to tack it down or any of that fun stuff. We're just going to grab some, and I grabbed media paste because I don't have any red glazes of it all right now, but I have media paste, and I'm just going to put a little bit here, and I'm going to dye it. And I grabbed Game Over and Love Struck reinkers. I'm sure you could mess with any color you wanted. When I did this the first time, I just threw in some color. It was really, really dark, but I thought it looked really good. So this time I just did a drop of each. Oh, thanks, Shannon. I thought this was fun. I just was like, and I know it's, when you look at this, it's going to look really kind of peachy. Oh, yeah, there we need more color. Let's do one more of the Game Over. And I thought, well, let's do pizza pie. The sentiments work in there. I only have pies for you, things like that. You can make a gift card with the new gift card package. We need more red. That's not dark enough. I think I accidentally threw a lot of color in the first one. I didn't even measure. It just happened to do it. And it'll work. We'll get the idea, even if it's not super red. There we go. We don't need a lot because we just have this very small piece of pie. We just want to mix it in so it's not too... And we don't need it to be all uniform color either because pepperoni isn't uniform color. And then I just kind of pushed it in. I didn't care too much if I got on the crust because, Little Caesars pizzas, have what, like 100 pepperoni on them? But I thought I try to at least get the full circles, try not to leave too many half circles. And then once I got them on, I kind of scraped it to kind of pull off the extra. There's so much of this paste left. So I think instead of, we're just going to grab a scratch piece of paper and we're going to put some on. And then, are you ready for the reveal? Hi, Darren. Ready for the reveal of the pepperonis? Voila! Pepperoni pizza. Isn't that cool? I love it. I thought it turned out really cool. And that's why I did just a little bit of the red for the sauce and a yellowy cheese because we're going to cover it all up. So now I'm just going to grab, this is just it's just a scratch piece of paper. We'll use the back side and we're just going to use up the rest. We'll make a background and finish a card up later with that. Or die cut it out with something. But that's one thing that's kind of nice you can do. Well, thank you, Darren. I kind of threw it together at the last second. I was thinking about pizza at work, and I thought, what can I do that was a little different, that we hadn't used, I hadn't seen yet from anybody using the stamp set, and I thought, let's make a pizza. Can't go wrong with pizza, right? So we're just going to push that out and then we'll reveal this and we'll have a fun background for later. Put that to the side. I'm actually, oops, there went my headset. Going to grab one more piece of paper and try the reverse. I'm a big fan of trying to use up, see what happens and use up what you have. So one second while I grab another piece of paper. I have a whole bin just of cardstock, colors, regular, and we're just going to put this down on it. I'm going to push it in all over. I probably should have got my brayer out, but that's on the other side of the room. This may not work. And let's peel off and see what happens. That's okay. I was going to turn my autocorrect off and I didn't like it. Oh, I love that too. That's fun. So we'll put that aside and let that dry too. All right. So now I've got some baby wipes and we're just going to quick wipe this up. I'm probably going to have some red fingers. So this is just the media paste, Darren, with some re-inker in it because I thought I had some red velveteen glaze, some old red velveteen glaze, but when I opened it, I was out. I was like, shoot. So next best thing, grab some white paste. I'm sure you could use the pearl chroma glaze. You could use it, even make it fun and make a glittery pepperoni, but I wanted to do more of a matte. So I just grabbed some leftover media paste. I have a big jar of it, but I have some small leftover from one of the virtual events. And I've been trying to use some of my stash up. So, all right, I'll give that a thorough wash later. Just get enough there. And let's move on. All right, so next I thought we would just kind of play and see what we decided we come up with and add it on. I wanted to continue with the colors of yellow, red, maybe some brown, the pizza colors. So I think next, like I said, this is just a piece of aqua pigment paper that has the orange. I think it's the orange chroma mist and the bumblebee yellow that I just sprayed all wonky. Left dry, wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I am going to spray this stencil with some pixie spray off camera here a second. Give me a sec. So I thought we'd do some ink blending on it. And I don't care if it's not super perfect. I'm just going to throw it on there. Oh, did I put the wrong side? Which side's sticky? Oh, that's the sticky side. They're both sticky. I think I've sprayed both sides. Because it's a stencil, it doesn't matter so much, does it? All right. We are going to grab the same colors. I have Game Over and Love Struck. And we're just going to do some quick, fast ink blending. Swipe that on. I don't know if and we're going to try this out. I didn't know if it would work, if it would be dark enough, but I thought if we got a hint of the color, I must not have used enough pixie spray. That's all right. I can just hold it down. Just to give some more texture to the background. Let's see, how is that looking? See? It doesn't have to be perfect. I did not use enough pixie spray. Plus, this is sometimes watercolor paper doesn't like to have it stick as much to it, especially once it's been sprayed. All right, so now we added some Love Struck. Now let's add some Game Over. I just didn't think I wanted it perfect. I just wanted a hint of the stripes, just to tie some more of the color in. It's going to be very subtle. There we go. All right, so we've got that. Now, I also looked through my stash, because that's one of the things I've been doing lately, and I found this, which is red and orange chroma mist. And I thought I pulled this border out from the what's it called? Simply Sweet cutting dies. And I thought we'd just put a nice little border on the bottom of our card. So let's get that cut out. Adds a little bit more of that pepperoni colored. Let's see, I'm kind of trying to decide. I'm going to try to go right here, I think. And this is going to be too big for my plate, so we're just going to cut some off. Oop. One thing is you got to get these cutting plates, only go through one way. There we go. So for those of you who aren't down south, are you getting cold weather yet? I love cold weather when it kills the flies. So we've got that and we've got this. So we're going to have to cut this down. But I also grabbed another piece out of my scrap bin, and I thought we would cut some oven mitts out of this kind of paisley piece of paper. I have no idea. It just, I keep all my pretty scraps because, you never know when you're going to use them. And I thought, at least the usable ones, I should say. But, nowadays we got so many dies that are small that can cut little things out. You can almost keep almost every scrap of paper. All right, we're going to do that one. I'm going to cut this one, and then we'll see what we got. All righty. So throw that off to the side. I did not grab any silvery paper and I did cut that piece out a little, so we might have to. Let's actually do what I did. I made the other night. I made this, and I thought it's fun to have. Let's cut the oven mitts out with this red. Get that little texture in there, that little extra piece. So has anyone ever made homemade pizza before? I've done it a couple of times. I think only one time can I remember it really turning out really, really well. Myself, personally. Other than, obviously, frozen pizza. But pizza is one of the main food groups, in my opinion. What is it? Tacos, pizzas, hamburgers, and anything with avocado. How's that sound? Yeah, those sound like the best food groups to me. All right. So we've got those pieces there. And then what I'm going to do is take a little bit of just some washi tape that I have sitting here on the side of my table. I have so much washi tape, and I've been using up washi tape. This is actually, I could use this. It's fork and knives. It's so old. A fork and spoons? I don't know if there's knives. Well, maybe I'm going to use it. Used to make it all the time. Yeah. Do I like taco pizza? I kind of like taco pizza, but I only usually like one piece. I don't eat a lot of it. I'm pretty plain Jane. My favorite is cheese and veggie. But I will eat taco pizza. The one thing I don't like about taco pizza is if you don't eat it right away, some of the toppings kind of get soggy. Does that make sense? And the one place here in town that I can get taco pizza at, they use the chips that they give you. They're not, instead, I wish they'd just give us a small bag of chips, but, and I get why they don't, but they have the chips open and they put it in Tupperware and they're stale. So they're not, there's nothing worse than a stale chip, especially a stale corn chip, right? So we're just going to glue that little detail piece in the back with some tape here. Last weekend, I was at Stamp Joy, and a bunch of us ordered pizza from this place that's in downtown Des Moines, and one of the pizzas that they make and that they're kind of famous for is crab meat ragoon pizza. And it got crab meat. It's really good. It's got a sweet chili sauce on it, and then it tastes like and then it has wonton wrappers. Hi, Donna. Shannon, I understand that part of it. I guess to me, I would prefer it not with chips too when I eat it. But a lot of times at the place in town that makes it, they serve the chips with it, or they put it on there, and I'd rather put them on myself. Yes. All right, we're gonna cut this down a little bit so we have a little bit of a border because I want to tie some white into this because we're going to stamp our sentiment on white. So I'm doing 4 by 5 1/4. So, and the other pizza that we had, we got the Mexican street taco pizza, which was quite spicy, but I had one piece. I liked it. I only had the one piece, but it was really good. And then I think they ordered another one, and I did not like that. I had a piece, and I was like, nope. It had blue cheese on it, and I do like blue cheese, but I just was like, nope. Okay, so we've got our background with our little bit of detail. I've got our little border here. I haven't decided if I'm going to cut that down or not. I think I'm going to leave it because it matches all the way across. We've got our little oven mitts here. And then we have our cheese pizza. And I'm going to quick over and grab my pepperoni pizza that was drying. That's the one I made earlier. I don't know if it's 100% dry because I kind of made it but it's pretty dry. So I thought we'd just do a couple of pies like that. I don't know if how we're going to lay it out yet, but I like how that's looking. I think later after this one dries, I might cut a piece of it out. It's actually quite dry. It's not super dry, like I wouldn't want to squish into it, but it's quite dry. Or save that for another card. But we've got our white piece of paper left. Let's move that off to the side here. We got to stamp out our sentiment. And I know I'm off screen here a little bit. I'll move up just a second. I grabbed these from the Simply Sweet die set. I think our sentiment works good in there. I don't know if I'm quite going to have enough room to cut this, but we'll see. We can always do something else with that. So for our stamp set, I think I wanted to use Enjoy Life. It's delicious. Instead of Seasoned with Love. I think I'm going to use I Only Have Pies for You. I changed my mind. You guys okay with that? That's kind of funny. And I like a good pun. I don't use enough puns anymore. And I think we're going to stamp in black ink because I want to tie a little bit more of the black ink from the images. But this pizza place that we ate at last weekend, or was last weekend, the weekend before, the only thing that a little disappointed me is that the original restaurant is in Des Moines, but they have another restaurant in Cedar Rapids. And last year on Halloween, I got together with some crafty friends at the local craft store. They have a retreat house and for the weekend. And so we went to the restaurant in Cedar Rapids. And I was excited because I had never gone there and I'd heard about it. And they kept talking about how good the pizzas were because they had eaten there the night before, or they'd eaten there before. So we went and they ordered the crab meat ragoon pizza, and I was happy about that. Well, I looked at the menu and they had dill bread pizza. And if there's one thing you're ever going to learn about me, pickles or avocado, and you've got me. I mean, pretty much if it has avocado on it and you order it for me and I'm not there, I'll be happy. But like, I love pickles too. And this dill bread pizza was the best thing. I think one of the best things I've ever eaten. It doesn't sound like it's good, but it was so good. And it had like a dill spread, and then it had big chunks of pickles. And that was my only complaint, is that it had big chunks. It needed to have cut up pieces, because when you went in to bite into the bread and you bit it, you'd get a hot pepper or a hot pickle, and you get the whole pickle. but it had, I don't know, like a creamy cheese. It's hard to describe. It was just really good. So I was all excited hoping I could order this. And of course, they didn't have any. So I was like, ugh. So now I don't think this is big enough here to cut this out. So we need a piece of paper for underneath there. Let's see. What do you think if we cut out that? Is that too busy? You can't really see it though. I think I'm just going to quick ink blend up some red paper. I've got this red paper here. I don't even know what it is. I'm just going to grab some of this Game Over and make it a little darker so it kind of ties in with our theme because we're not going to see a lot of it. And then once we get it cut out, we'll do some more on the edges. I think I need to re-ink my ink pad here. Isn't too subtle. Let's cut it out and then we'll do some more. So yeah, I was super excited and then they didn't have that. But they did have, they had egg rolls, which I'm not a big egg roll fan, so I didn't have any of those because I think I had them at that last restaurant and I didn't care for their type. But they also had dragon. And now you're hungry for pickles. There's always time for pickles. Always. They had these dragon boneless chicken wings. And boy, they were amazingly good. I was the first one to try it that night. I think some people might have had them before. And it was so good, but they were so spicy, but only on the lips. Like they weren't spicy to eat. They weren't spicy going down, but my lips burnt from the first one that I had for quite a long time. But I ended up eating like 5 of them because they were that good. I just made sure I either cut them up and I didn't touch my lips. So if you're ever in Des Moines, you have to try out Fong's Pizza. That's the name of it. Or Cedar Rapids. And if you're in Cedar Rapids, try the Del Pizza because it was good. And pepperoni and cheese pizza, it was a staple. And for my kids, my son loved pepperoni pizza. My daughter only ate cheese pizza. So I was a smart girl or smart mom, and I would buy cheese pizza, frozen pizzas, and a bag of pepperoni, and I would make half and half because neither one of them really ever ate a whole pizza. So that way she could have cheese and he could have pepperoni, but that was something I always had. If I knew she was going to be gone, or if I was buying like a sale, then I would always buy a pepperoni pizza for him, but I almost always bought cheese pizza and then just threw pepperoni on it. There, that looks a little better. All right, let's put this card together. So first thing we're going to do is put our little sentiment together here. And I think I'm going to use liquid glue. Such a small area. There we go. Our local, actually, the funny thing is our local gas station has the best frozen pizzas. We just discovered them when our local football team, the state football team, the Hawkeyes, win. You get a buy one, get one free. Not that they've been winning a lot this year. And so I thought, I'll go buy one. Let's try them out. Oh my gosh, were they delicious. Let's see. I think we're going to do this side down. And actually, do we want to do it this way? What do you guys think? Portrait or landscape? I'm thinking I kind of like the landscape here. Or I mean the portrait. What do you think? I'm thinking we're going to go with portrait and then we'll cut this down. So let's quick get that put down. Once we put it on, I guess that's what we're going for, right? Let's add some liquid glue. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can get this straight here. I'm going to start it right there. Come on, stay straight on my paper. You like the portrait? Okay, well, good, because that's what we ended up going with. I started gluing it down. All right. But I want to move over my little scallops, so they're kind of, neither one of them are like right on the edge there. All right, that looks kind of straight. All right, let's leave that alone a minute, and then we'll cut that off. Oh, I must have some color on the bottom. I still have color on my table here. I didn't get that all off. Well, that's okay. I'll get that cleaned off here. Let's get some squeaky clean. I was cleaning up and moving stuff so the puppy doesn't bite things, and I found an old squeaky clean cinnamon apple. And I thought, well, I should probably use that up. I found that one, and I found, what was the other one I found? Where did I put it? Because I like, like everybody, we hoard squeaky clean, right? I'm almost out of the hot chocolate one, and I found this. I love the cinnamon. The cinnamon apple is one of my favorites. But I thought this was a fun color, so let's see if we get some more of that color off. Oh, yeah. And now it smells like cinnamon and apples in here. Okay. All right. Now we got to get our stuff put on here. I think we're going to put the cheese pizza on the bottom. I'm going to overlap that on the side a little bit. And I have a few small dots here. Let's pop up our pepperoni pizza a little bit. So that's one thing I'm super happy about for where we live. We have quite a few pizza places to choose from, if you can believe that. We've got a couple gas stations that make good pizza. One's a chain, or they're both chains, I guess. And then we have a pizza place in town that makes some really good pizzas and quick. Like they're always like, give me 20 minutes. And I set my timer for about 13 minutes, 14 minutes. And I get down there and they're always ready. It's always ready. And then we have a place just a few miles away that has a great take and bake pizza. So we get to rotate. And we never get sick of pizza that way. Because they all taste different. And we get different ones at each place. All right, we're going to glue this down here. We'll tuck it under a little bit. Let's see here. Let's actually do it this way. We'll do it that way. We're covering up a little bit of our scallops there, but we're basically just trying to add some of the color. Here we go. We'll get this one. We'll put this one on this one. And I think we have a card. Oh, we got a little extra glue here. Just like to sop up my glue with just a cloth. What do you guys think? Kind of a fun, different card. Been fun to have done these into the two different colors too, but I really like that. And I think, like I said, it would be fun to cut this one down in a triangle and put a little piece in there too, so that you have three. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to try it, right? I mean, it's just paper. Thanks, Shannon. I think it's fun. All right, so our pizza pie is 1 3/4. I'm not going to do it exact in half. We're going to just kind of eyeball it here. We're going to cut it, and then we'll cut it in half. I'm off screen. Sorry about that here. This one's hard. That's kind of hard to see. Let's just line that up with the line. We'll cut this. It didn't quite get it in half, and that's okay. Because you know what? Pizza's not always cut perfectly, right? Cut that. And that's a nice size piece of pie. We're just going to line that up at the corner. Look at that. We got a couple pieces of pepperoni pies. And it's on the plate. So what I might do here is we're going to actually just snip this off because we don't want that on a plate. I'm just going to snip that off. Grab a black marker to edge it to make it hide any mistakes from the cutting. I'll do that actually around the whole edges. There we go. And I think what we'll do is we're going to pop this little puppy up too. And we got our pizza pie. All right, we got that here. Put this little piece up here. Yeah, we're going to put it up here. There we go. I got a little extra glue there. I'll have to erase that off a little bit. But there we go. We've got our pizza pie. I only have pies for you. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for tonight. I think I'm gonna sign off here in a minute. I hope you enjoyed the card, and you know, don't be afraid to think outside the box when you're losing stuff. Use up your stash, dig through your scraps, and have some fun, and you know, make a pizza out of a pie and a stencil, or you know, whatever you want. I appreciate you joining me. If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Leave me a comment. What's your favorite kind of pizza? Thanks, Anne Marie. I know, and now I have all these extra little pieces that I can cut and make, you know. Thank you guys. Like I said, I just thought it would be something kind of fun and different. And, you know, there's always room for pizza, right? You guys have a great evening, and I will see you next time, and have a great night. Bye.